Hi, Roy here. Roy reads anything. Gonna do a tag. So this is a tag called What are your reading plans for 2023, which was created by Ariel Bissett, and I was tagged by Criminally. Criminally, great channel. It's so huge now. It's like the Great Wall of China. It can be observed from space. But in case you haven't checked out Criminally's channel, I would urge you to do so. Right, tag time. Are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? I hadn't really thought of that, but doing the tag made me think every time I look at my Audible, I feel slightly guilty that I haven't finished Finnegans Wake by James Joyce, that I actually started probably the end of 2020. So, Finnegans Wake, James Joyce, famously complex, difficult, incomprehensible, no story. The language is all made up specially for the book. It's more like experiencing a dream than reading a novel. All of that. And I was interested to see a full-length unabridged audiobook come out because I thought, okay, this could be a way into that book, difficult though it is, even though I don't expect to understand it or follow it. I'm not expecting a story, but I can listen to the language, I can listen to it in the way you might listen to music or look at an abstract painting without worrying too much about what it means. So I started doing that and I was really enjoying it actually. But then I had to make it more complicated. So I got the book and started like reading along with it or thinking, well, I'll listen to that bit. Now I'm going to read it as well. So sort of added that on. And then I thought, okay, well, this is interesting. Let's get a book about Finnegans Wake that will help me understand maybe the themes and roughly what give me some pointers as to what's happening in each section. So it became quite a complex operation, chunk by chunk of the book, and therefore quite easy to let it drop away because I didn't have time to do this bit or this bit, so I stopped listening to it as well. So plan now is back to basics. The remaining like 24 hours, I'm just going to listen to it. Like I said, it can do what it wants. It's a great reading, and I found a slot. I listened to it very last thing at night with the sleep timer on, which actually means some of it I've drifted off and I'm not actually awake while it's being read into my brain, which seems entirely appropriate for a book that is essentially a dream, that it's feeding directly into my dreams without the intervening conscious mind there. So yeah, by the end of the year, I'm powering through Finnegans Wake. That is going down. Number two, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? As it happens, I'm going to be doing the Xmas Evil Readathon event that has a group read book in it called Autumn Bleeds into Winter by Jeff Strand. So I just got it on Kindle. I don't know anything about it, but the title would suggest that it would fill that slot quite nicely. So Autumn Bleeds into Winter will give me that transition that I didn't know was even a thing that people thought about. Number three, is there a new release you are still waiting for? Oh yes. Although I'm doing being easily led, I'm also doing Read What You Own challenge with books that I already have that I have to read before I can buy any new ones. But I had pre-ordered Conan, Blood of the Serpent by S.M. Stirling that apparently is going to come out on the 6th of December. I'd actually forgotten all about it, but yeah, Conan, Blood of the Serpent. So that is the sword and sorcery character, Conan the Barbarian. While I totally agree with Michael K. Vaughan that the only real Conan stories are the ones by Robert E. Howard that were written back in the 1930s, and that the pastiches are fine in their way. They're not real Conan. Some are good, some are terrible. Hope springs eternal that this will be a good one. There hasn't been a Conan sequel novel for a long, long time, like 10 years or something. So high hopes for this one. Blood of the Serpent. I know it's a prequel to one of the best Conan stories, Red Nails. Got one of my favourite characters in it, Valeria of the Red Brotherhood. So we'll see. Number 4. What are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? Well, like I said, read what you own means I'm trying to read lots and lots of books by the end of the year. Also doing Hal for the Holidays reading event, which is science fiction books by Hal Clement. So should be reading a couple of those in December. Probably Mission of Gravity will be one of them. It's meant to be his best one. Also the aforementioned Xmas Evil readathon has a black magic prompt, so To the Devil a Daughter by Dennis Wheatley could feature, and there's also a haunting prompt, so Helen Dunmore's The Greatcoat is what I've got an eye on for that. But who knows, they may get swapped around. Is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favourite book of the year? Well, any of them, obviously, but in my to be read pile, I've got Diane Setterfield's Once Upon a River, and given that both her 13th Tale novel and her Bellman and Black novel I found unputdownable, got high hopes for that, if I can squeeze that in. Otherwise, who knows? And have you already started making plans for 2023? Reading plans? Not really. The Hal for the Holidays edges into 2023, so there'll be a couple more Hal Clement works in January. Got to finish. I'm aiming to do 25 books I've already read, so however that falls out, there'll be some of those. I doing a course that involves reading. I know I'll be reading about Ali Sloper, one of the first ever comic characters, in a module called Entertaining the Victorians. Um, what else? Oh yeah, well, my yard of random books, obviously. So my collection of shabby decoration books that I'm reading, we've got another half a yard of those to get through, and I'm aiming to finish that probably middle of the year. So there'll be that, and as you might have noticed, I'm a sucker for reading events and group reads and that kind of thing. So yeah, we will see. But the beauty of BookTube is things come along hadn't expected to read at all, and there they are. So lots of that. My reading plan probably is mainly unexpected things that I haven't even thought of yet. That's the plan. Um, Tag others. I'd say tag yourselves if you want to. I'd be interested to see what Pensively Reading might have in mind for these prompts, if he fancies having a go, or Heather Gregg also. So a couple of great channels there that I will link to. Okay, good. Thank you very much. See you soon.